We're gonna break down every modification that we have to the F-150, including the modification that Wrigley himself did for free of charge, because he was in a car wash, the same one we were just in, and he decided, hey, you know what? Let's try to attack the car wash in the car wash. So when he does that, he went crazy. He went in the back seat and he made a modification. I was not happy about it. But the deal is, we got the truck washed. It's not as clean as it once was because Mr. Car Wash's fender well cleaning service sucks. So we're gonna go over all the modifications that we have done to the F-150. We have the 22-inch KMC XD Rockstar wheels. They are the 9.5-inch wide, plus 18 offset. I got the Kenda cleavers. Obviously, if you guys seen my last video, I have the 33 by 12.5 22s. Cheapest 22 you can purchase, 22-inch tire that is. That's got like the knobby treads. I don't think there's a cheaper tire out. When I did purchase these, they were $259 per tire. I mean, it just doesn't get any cheaper than that. If you guys want to hear a partial review / complaint / I don't know how to drive / just go to the last video, you guys will see everything. It's the Kenda cleaver one. I got the N-Fab Nerf bars, and I actually got a deal on them. I'm a deal finder kind of guy. I don't want to spend full price on stuff just because I live by myself. I pay for all my bills. Life ain't cheap. Amazon antenna. I think it was like 20-25 bucks. I had 2 other antennas, but I don't know if they got stolen or I don't know if they came off in the car wash, but I think someone stole them. They were cheap. I kind of like the way this one looks. It's pretty clean, pretty minimalistic. Gets the job done. I listen to Sirius half the time anyway. Recon turn signal lights. Now, these are kind of getting shitty because I've had these for 6 years. They still look cool. They're not wired, so they don't work, but I don't care. I could wire them, I just don't want to. The Undercover Flex tonneau cover, which I've had this tonneau cover for like 4 years, and it looks nice. I think because of all the car washes I do since I have that pass, it like kind of rotted this thing. There's no... I'll show you guys. I'll show you guys what's going on with this thing. Look factor, clean factor, right there. We got the Alpha Rex taillights. These are dope. This just looks so much cleaner that I don't think I like the black LEDs, but maybe I had them so long that I'm now sick of them. But I just think this just looks cleaner. It looks factory. As you guys can see, this emblem, this is what happens. You put the emblem, you plasti dip the emblem, put the overlay on, and then you do, 4 or 5 car washes a week, and it starts to pressure wash off. That's what happens when you do ratchet things to your vehicle. So, but I was being cheap. We got the window tint. The truck already had tinted windows. I think they stuck tint over the factory tint, so the back is pretty dark. Don't know what it is. Look at Wrigley's sleeping. Can you see him? Hello? So we got the tint up here. Now, these windows don't actually match up. This window to that window is not the same. I got pulled over last week for window tint in my hometown, which is crazy because they never pull people over for tint, and he pulled me over. He checked it, it was 19%. Now, the reason why that window is a different percentage than this one, I didn't have him check this one, but I know it's different because that other window got busted out by a crazy bitch. We just matched it as close as we could, so I think this one's now a hair lighter than the driver's side. Tonneau cover, as you guys can see, I've got the spray-in bed liner. It needs power washed, but it's a truck. It's a truck. Here's the problem. Screw missing. Screw missing. Okay, this came off. So I put 2 screws in. This is if you are going to actually keep the tonneau all the way up. I had to do a modification. So before, let's get that out of the way. You can see this used to be here. This clicks on and it's now holding pressure, because the problem was this is so heavy, these are just holding it, and there's two of them, and that's why it would eventually shake loose and they'd come off. Then we've got the Recon third LED brake light. It just gives you that blacked out look. I got one of the swing cases. There's a little latch down here and it just swings out. It's just a good little case. I usually keep ratchets and other miscellaneous tools, especially for when I take my boat and go fishing. The FX4 off-road sticker. Now, I did purchase this one off eBay, and I cannot find another white one. I've had that for 4 years, so it's held up really good, and it's the Ford factory font, so it matches 100%. Just make sure you get the one with the factory font so it looks good. Bilstein shocks, Steinstein shocks, pretty fender well. I have the rough country leveling kit, so it came with the front spacer, the rear shocks, and then the rear spacer. But the problem is, the rough country shocks that you get, I mean, the whole kit's like 150 bucks. I mean, what kind of rear shocks do you expect to get? They blew out. I just threw up some Bilsteins. We have the Morimoto XBs. Now, it took me a while to decide on these. One, all the photos I found just could not settle. Like, when I actually first looked at the headlights, I'm like, I want LED headlights. I already had the factory HID projectors, but I wanted the LEDs. They did not disappoint. I love these headlights. Absolutely love them. Then we've just got some LED bulbs off of the good old Amazons. Cheap. I've already had some go out. These are another pair. And the last thing that I have is just a K&N filter that goes in your factory air box. And it did, actually, I read a lot of reviews on this. It actually did help out. I think I did get a little over a mile per gallon gas-wise. Me and Wrigley are gonna go hit up some lunch, and we're gonna go hit up our favorite chicken place. It might be the best place in Iowa. Not really. Let's go. Yo, Wrigley. There's a car that parked, Wrigley, in the curbside parking spot, and they're eating inside. I just wish I could be stupid for a day. Life would be easier. We made it to the next destination. Where that is? Some new construction site. I don't know. We need to get into the interior modifications that I have done to the truck. There's not a lot going on in here. So, first thing, I've got the WeatherTech floor mats. They're a little dirty. I'm a single dog dad, for crying out loud. I've got my camera gear, guys. Cut me some slack. I've got the WeatherTech. That's the Kicker Soundgate subwoofer. And basically, it's a little wider because there's an amplifier built into it. So I had to cut the WeatherTech. So I've got the WeatherTech's front and rear. Must have. The other modification I have is I did update to the Sync 3 display just because I have an iPhone, so I just wanted the ability to do the CarPlay. That was basically the only thing, but it does give the truck a newer truck kind of feel, so I do kind of appreciate that little part of it. The other thing we have is the Mob Armor magnetic mount. Stick a magnet in the back of your case. Bam. I didn't align it that well. That's a must-have. Got the Wrigley Man. We've got LED bulbs. Amazon specials. Same with the one back there. That one's an Amazon LED bulb as well. I will post the link for those bulbs. That's pretty much everything that I have going on in the interior. There's not a lot really you can do. I mean, aside from a head unit, speakers, some LED lighting, I think anything from that. You know, the other thing I've thought about doing, but it's just too expensive and it's just a pointless mod, is the 2013 or 14s, the appearance package models. Like, all of this stuff right here, I believe, is blacked out, and I think that would look dope, but I'd have to spend the money on that, and it's just not, realistically, it's not going to add any value to the truck. It'll just give it a different feel factor, and I don't need to be spending the money on that. So There's one other modification on the interior that was made by yours truly, Wrigley. What did you do to the truck? We're gonna go show you. So guys, here is the modification Wrigley made. Right there. I don't know what he was thinking. Basically what happened, Wrigley's in the car wash, he starts going apeshit, he wants to attack it right. Well then he gets excited, climbs over the center console, jumps over here, he's back here clawing, and I'm like, get the f down, dog. He just full on just bites this, rips it. So that modification was free of charge. So that's all I've got for you guys today. That's breaking down the interior of the truck, the exterior of the truck, under the hood, and in the truck bed. I don't think we missed a damn thing. As usual, hit that like button. If you guys don't even like the video for me, just like it for Wrigley, because the poor dude's over here the whole video, just minding his own business, half the time sleeping. I sometimes wonder if he's pouting. So make sure to give this video a thumbs up, especially for Wrigley's sake, and hit that subscribe button because Wrigley's a trooper. If you guys have any questions, hit me up in the comments. I'm pretty good about responding to everybody or hitting you with links. I will post majority of the links in the description if there's something that you guys see and you would like to purchase it. Other than that, that's all we got until the next one, and I better see you guys on the next video. Peace!